Welcome students, we are back with another lesson. In this lesson we'll discuss distance of closest approach and impact parameter. So consider you have a nucleus of an atom. The nucleus contains protons and it contains neutrons. Neutrons are negatively charged whereas your protons they are positively charged. Now only protons are the charged particle inside the nucleus, therefore the overall charge of this nucleus will be positive. Now let us consider a positively charged particle. Fine. Now let us suppose we shoot this positively charged particle towards the nucleus. Now as the positively charged particle approaches the nucleus, what will happen? As it comes closer and closer and closer, right? Now look, this charge particle is positive, this nucleus is also positive. Now if there are two charge particles which are positive, what will happen? They will start to repel each other, right? So let me repeat. Suppose there is a positively charged particle. Now consider this positively charged particle has a charge plus E. Okay, this one proton, consider it as a proton. So this proton has a charge plus E, right? And this proton has mass m and it is moving with a velocity v towards the nucleus. Now let's focus inside the nucleus. Now this nucleus also has a proton. This proton has a charge plus E, fine. So there is a proton plus E charge, there is another proton plus E charge, another proton plus E charge, another proton plus E charge. So in total, the total charge of this proton will be the total number of protons. Let us suppose there are Z protons in this case. Fine, if there are Z protons, then what will be the total charge? The total charge of this will be Z times E. This will be the total charge of the proton, right? Sorry, this will be the total charge of the nucleus. Okay, if this nucleus had two protons, then what will be the number, what will be this Z? Z equals to 2. So the total charge of the nucleus will be plus 2e. If there were three protons, if there are three protons inside the nucleus, then what will be the charge? First of all, how much will be the Z? The Z represents number of protons. So 1 proton, 2 proton, 3 proton. So the total charge will be 3e. Fine. So you got the idea what does this Z represents? The Z represents the number of protons. Okay. And what does this plus ZE represents? The total charge of this nucleus. Fine. Now consider you have a proton which is having the mass m and moving with a velocity v. It has a charge plus E. Now as this proton moves towards this nucleus, it gains kinetic energy, but at certain point what happens? It will come very close to the nucleus. Now when it starts to reach this distance, what will happen? Since your incident particle is of charge plus E, the nucleus is of charge plus ZE. There are two positive charge. If there are two positive charge, what will happen? They will start to repel each other. Now since your nucleus has more number of particles, it has more number of neutrons and protons in this case as compared to your incident particle. The incident particle has only one proton. Therefore your nucleus is heavier. If your nucleus is heavier, it won't change its position. What will happen? It will rather push this proton to the opposite direction, the direction from which it came. Fine. So this distance, the closest distance this proton can reach to this nucleus of the atom is known as your distance of closest approach. Okay. So this R0 represents the distance of the closest approach. That means the closest this incident particle can get to the nucleus. Fine. And then what will happen due to the electrostatic or your Coulombic force, or due to the potential created because of this nucleus, what will happen? It will push the electron to the other direction. And what is the electrostatic potential created in this case? 1 by 4 pi epsilon times the charge of the nucleus Ze multiplied with the charge of this incident particle E divided by the distance between this two positive charge, which is known as your distance of closest approach R0. So this is the electrostatic potential created due to the interaction of this two particle, which causes this incident particle to move in the opposite direction. Fine. So let us revise what happened. You had an incident particle of charge plus E, which was moving towards your nucleus. Fine. Now as it was moving towards the nucleus, it will gain some kinetic energy, and the kinetic energy is given as half of mv square. Fine. This is the kinetic energy gained by this incident particle. Now as soon as it reaches the distance of the closest approach, this distance r0, what happens? At this point there is a interaction taking place between the nucleus and this incident particle, and an electrostatic potential comes into the picture. So at this distance r0, what happens? Your total kinetic energy becomes equal to the total potential energy. Fine. Now as soon as this becomes equal, what happens? After approaching the closest distance, the potential term, okay, this will start to dominate, which will cause this incident particle to move in the opposite direction. Fine. So for this distance of closest approach, you have to remember this r0 and this thing. Okay, this equation, it's very important. This says that the kinetic energy of the incident particle is equal to the electrostatic potential energy between the proton and the nucleus. Fine. Now based on this, let's solve a question. What is the distance of the closest approach when a 5 mega electron volt approaches a gold nucleus? Okay, okay, correct it, make it a proton. Okay, so what is the distance of the closest approach when a proton of a 5 mega electron volt, a proton having the energy, kinetic energy, how much? 5 mega electron volt, is approaching a nucleus? Till what is the closest distance it can reach to the nucleus? Okay, first let us assume that r0 is my distance of the closest approach. So if r0 is the distance of the closest approach, so at r0 distance, what will happen? The kinetic energy of the incident proton will be equal to the potential energy arise between the proton and the gold nucleus. So the kinetic energy of the incident proton is half of mv square equals to the potential energy 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught times q1, the charge of the gold nucleus, multiplied by q2, the charge of the incident proton, divided by the distance of the closest approach r0. So how much will be q1? Q1 will be z times of E. Right? This is the charge of the gold nucleus. And how much will be your q2? The charge of the proton, it will be simply E. So potential energy can be written as ZE multiplied by E upon R naught. Fine. Okay, so your kinetic energy of the proton, half mv square, can also be written as capital K for simplification. Okay, fine. This half mv square is a kinetic energy which is represented by capital K, which in turn equals to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught, and if you multiply this term ZE times E, it will be ZE square divided by your R naught. Fine. So now from here I have to find the distance of the closest approach, R naught. So what I can do, I can send this R naught to the other side and send this kinetic energy to the denominator. So R naught equals to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught ZE square by R naught. So this is the relation. Okay, this is the equation for your distance of closest approach. Fine. Where this Z represents the number of protons, E represents the charge 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19 coulombs, and the K represents your kinetic energy. Right? Now in the question they have given the kinetic energy of the incident proton is how much? 5 mega electron volts. Okay, so mega means 10 to the power 6, and electron volts, if I convert it into joules, it will be 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19. So these are your constants. 1 electron volt equals to 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19 joules, and 1 mega equals to 10 to the power 6, which I have substituted here. Apart from this, they have said that in the question what kind of nucleus you have, a gold nucleus. Okay, so for your gold, okay, the chemical symbol is Au. Okay, now inside gold the number of protons is 79. Fine. Now let us substitute this values here to calculate the distance of the closest approach R naught. Fine. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught is your force constant, whose value is 9 times 10 to the power 9. Z is the number of protons, and how much is it? 79. Fine. So Z equals to 79. E is the charge, 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19. Then you have a square here. In the denominator you have the kinetic energy. The kinetic energy is 5 mega means 10 to the power 6. Electron volt means 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19. Fine. Now for your calculation, you can cancel this 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19 and this square. Fine. This 10 to the power 6 can cancel this 10 to the power 9, and you are left with 10 to the power 3. Fine. Rest. This 10 to the power 3 can be cancelled with 10 to the power minus 19. Okay. And if you cancel this 10 to the power minus 19, then you will be left with 10 to the power minus 16. Now you can calculate 9 times 79 times 1.6. Okay. So 9 times 79.1.6 gives us 1137.6 divided by the denominator 5. Okay, so 5 cancels your 1137.6, so you will have 227.52. okay, and this is 10 to the power minus 16. I can send this decimal, so I can write this one as 2.2. I can write this 227.52 as 2.2752 times 10 to the power 2 multiplied by 10 to the power minus 16. If I combine this 10 to the power 2 and 10 to the power minus 16, I can write 10 to the power minus 14. So my answer is 22752.10 to the power minus 14. Okay, so I can round off this one as 228 times 10 to the power minus 14. Fine. So this distance is the distance of the closest approach. That means the closest your proton get to the nucleus of the atom. And how much is it? 2.28 times 10 to the power minus 14. Now on this similar pattern, okay, I have another question. Okay, so in this question, this is a Geiger-Marsden experiment. Okay, Geiger-Marsden experiment means your Rutherford experiment. In your Rutherford experiment, what is the distance of the closest approach to the of the nucleus of 7.7 mega electron volt alpha particle before it comes momentarily to rest and reverse its direction? So similarly, in this case, what happens? You have a gold particle, gold nucleus. Now on this gold nucleus, you are inserting a alpha particle. They have asked you to find out the distance till which the alpha particle will reach near the gold nucleus, and after this distance, what happens? It will start to reverse. That means they are asking you to calculate the distance of the closest approach. Now similarly, they have given you the kinetic energy of the incident particle, 7.7 mega electron volt. So if it's 7.7 mega electron volts, therefore the kinetic energy can be written as 7.7 times 10 to the power 6 multiplied by 1.6 times 10 to the power minus 19 joules. Fine. So this is the kinetic energy of the incident alpha particle. Now again, they are using your Rutherford experiment. And if you remember your Rutherford experiment, what was the thin gold sheet? It was a gold. So in this case, what will be the gold? What will be the nucleus? It will be the nucleus of the gold atom. And you know, inside the nucleus of the gold atom, how many protons are there? Z equals to 79. So in this case also, the Z number will be 79. Fine. The rest is, everything is same. Okay. So you can use this relation. Okay. But here you have to note one very important point. Okay. Let me just start with this expression. Okay. So the kinetic energy should be equal to potential energy. Okay. You can start from this relation. Now in this case, Q1 will be the charge of the nucleus. It is Ze, and how much is Ze? 79. Okay, this is Ze and the value of Z will be 79. But look at this Q2. This time you don't have a in a previous question you have an incident particle proton, but in this case you have an incident particle alpha particle. So if it is an alpha particle, you remember alpha particle was the nucleus of the helium atom, and inside the nucleus of the helium atom you had 2 neutrons and 2 protons. If it has 2 protons, what is the charge of the helium nucleus? It will be plus 2e. Okay, so the Q2 will be how much? Plus 2e. Okay, so please make this correction. Okay, if you don't if you use the similar relation like in this case, it won't give you the correct result. Why? Because this time the charge of the incident particle is plus e, but in your case the charge of the incident particle will be 2e. So the only difference is that here you have to multiply with 2 here. Okay, so your distance of the closest approach formula will look like, so this is how your distance of the closest approach will look like. See, I have multiplied this 2 here. Why is this 2 coming? This 2 is coming because of this 2. Fine. So you do the calculations, okay, and your answer should match with, okay, so you get your answer 29.5 times 10 to the power minus 15 meter. Okay, this 10 to the power 15 meter is 1 femtometer. So and 29.5 I can round about and I can write 30. So your answer will be approximately 30 femtometer. Fine. So this is what you should get your answer. Fine. Okay, and this impact parameter we will discuss it in our next class. Fine. So that's it for today's class. Thank you, and if you have any confusion, please don't hesitate to ask. You can ask me any topic again and I will re-explain it to you. Okay, so that's it. Thank you.